Good afternoon and welcome to Teleislas News with the most important news of the day. Today there was a dialogue between the Rizal demonstrators and the competent authorities. From this point, Alice Medina gives us more information. Alice, good afternoon. What is happening at this time? And in other news, to reduce the facts based on gender violence on the island, the departmental government advances pedagogical meetings with the community.
The departmental government, through the Office of Families in Action, advances with the mothers, leaders of the different neighborhoods of the island pedagogical meetings on prevention of gender and intrafamily violence. The pedagogical meetings seek to train the community to identify discriminating attitudes, prejudices, and gender biases. These activities will be held on Friday, May 13th in the Morris Landing sector at 5 in the afternoon, in the sector of Altos and Bajos of Atlántico from 6 in the afternoon. On May 14, the meetings will reach San Luis, Cove, Rockwall, Santana, and Little Hill. With these meetings, the Families in Action program seeks to help reduce cases of gender violence on the island.
Teleislas News was able to talk to the Director of Family Welfare on the archipelago, who said that this facility has experienced critical weeks because it doesn't have the institutional capacity to handle these youngsters.
After 2 months, the complaint was filed by a citizen allegedly a victim of the teenagers held in the juvenile detention center. Presumably, they escaped from the facility, apparently committing a robbery on a citizen who was near the place. Teleislas News managed to obtain a statement from the director of the Institute of the Family Welfare, who said that they have experienced critical weeks inside the juvenile detention center. In light of the behaviors of the young men detained in the center, incidentally a situation that calls for the Justice Department to be more expeditious so that the minors are not detained for more than 5 months in this establishment, since they do not have sufficient capacity to handle these adolescent offenders.
Hemos tenido dificultades.
It is a very important issue. We have had difficulties. Last month, we had 2 critical weeks at the center. The boys, in one way or another, did not let us do many activities there, through threats and complex situations. I want to leave a message, and it is the following. The center does not have the capacity to contain a minor for more than 10 months because it is not prepared. For that, the idea is within the framework of the justice system, we can move forward, and that the offending children are sanctioned if they deserve it and can serve their sentence outside the department. But having a child for more than 10 months in the center, we cannot control that.
In conclusion, the ICBF director hoped that as soon as possible change will be made so that the juvenile offenders can have their situation defined quickly so that they can be taken off the island to specialized centers.
And today there was a dialogue between the Rizal demonstrators and the competent authorities. From this point, Alice Medina again gave us more information.
Hello, Lisa and Aldi TV viewers. I say hello from here, from the outside of the Ochre, where this morning the people there who are protesting pacifically right here had a meeting with the departmental government. This was the agreement that they get to.
We've managed during today to establish the dates of the dialogue tables that we are going to be convening. We also managed during today with the community to establish and to have a schedule for that dialogue table. To this table, we will give it the importance that it should have. So we established from June 2nd and June 3rd the first table that will take place for the month of June.
However, the Rizal leader, Augusto Francis, told Teleislas News that they are not going to pick up the blockade because they are waiting for the renounce of one specific functionary.
The Procuradora begged us to open half of it, the car and motor maybe could pass and attend to the school and different type of situation. But also we require to them that we can lift it up, but when time the functionary resign, the one that we asking for resign from the especially the guy from Ochre. We asking that he resign because he not fulfilling with the law established, with the decree established. So we ask him to resign, him and the executive board.
This is all the information we report from here outside the Ochre. Continue, Lisa, in studio with more information.
Thank you, Alice. And the Bombero Bachiller is an excellent initiative that the fire department has been developing in educational institutions in the islands. In this way, they see that in different schools there is a school brigade trained for the attention and for any emergency. For this reason, today in the Philip Beatman School, a drill was conducted. Here is the footage of the drill.
This is how the evacuation drill activity began in the INEDA's institution in the morning, where in an activity and disciplined way the students of the school showed their skills in first aid and emergency care. According to Lily Rose Johnson, these sessions have been profitable and have had excellent progress, and this was reflected during the activity.
Here we want to tell the community that today we are giving culmination to the program of firefighting as bachiller by the institution of the fire department, whereby we look forward that these students can be a help in time or in case of necessity in the different institutions of the island. So we help them out, we give them different class in first aid, in manage of extinguisher, in evacuation procedure. And today we are doing a drill by the INEDA school. We want to thank everybody that help us and collaborate with us in this process. They have a good approach towards it. Students that may be there are indisciplined in different things, but when it comes to this of emergency and they are in the action, they give a good response.
For the principal of the institution, the sessions have contributed to education in terms of commitment and discipline of some of the students.
We had a group of students this year that were working with them what is the social work that they need to finish up, and many of them were indisciplined children, but thank God with this process they have developed responsibility and they are very compromised with the institution to get ahead, and they went ahead with this process. Today they demonstrate that they are able, they are capable, and they are ready to serve not only the institution but also in their communities.
These same activities are developed in other educational institutions with the same purpose of training students to be able to respond to emergencies.
And the National Registry Office makes available to the citizens an application called Infovotantes so that the community can find their voting station.
The National Registry creates a technological tool and puts it at the service of citizens. This app is called Infovotantes. In this app, citizens can consult, among other things, their voting station and if they were designated as voting jurors for the elections of May 29th of this year. The National Registrar's Office has strengthened the Infovotantes app to facilitate the participation of citizens in the upcoming presidential elections. Through this app, citizens can consult their voting place, the access routes to the voting station, if they have been designated as voting jurors, and if so, when and where they will be trained for the provision of this service, as well as the list of candidates for the presidency and vice presidency of the Republic, the electoral card, among other things. This app from the National Registry Office is at service to promote democracy also and can be downloaded for free on Google Play and App Store. It is also available in web version at the eleccioncolombia.registraduria.gov.co webpage.
In our local news, San Andres participated in a new cultural exchange in the city of Medellin. In this way, it seeks to continue making the Rizal culture more visible.
The Secretariat of Culture and the Sandino Manuel Ellis School of Artistic Training participated in a week of cultural exchange from May 3rd to 7th in different municipalities of Medellin.
Dar parte a la comunidad de esta semana el intercambio cultural que estamos teniendo en el municipio de Guatapé, donde hemos venido desarrollando unas actividades desde el día lunes 3 de mayo hasta el domingo 7 de mayo, culturales representativas como danza.
And today, May 12th, the International Day of the Nurses is celebrated. And for this reason, the Nurses Guild met in the island to choose their new guild representative.
In the framework of the celebration of the International Day of the Nurse, the Board of Directors of the Colombia Association of Nurses San Andres Branch chose a new president of the association.
En el día de hoy estamos conmemorando el día.
Today we are commemorating the International Day of the Nurse. We proceeded to make a meeting where we are forming a union to elect the new board of directors, where my group decided to choose me as the new president. In the department, we need more training, more updates. All this will help us to provide a better service to the population, to our patients. That is what I want as president. that from the leading position of our guild, it may be strengthened and that there is unity.
As we have just heard, the Nurses Guild in the department seeks to strengthen the area of training and medical knowledge, and this to be able to continue providing better services in terms of access to information.
And now it's time for sport news with Victor Fosalba.
The departmental tournament of the Children's Pre-Infantile League of the department began in an inaugural match where the soccer side club faced River Plate. A thrilling match that was played by the little soccer players of this category, a match that River Plate started winning, but soccer side came back in the end to win the inaugural match of the departmental league tournament. We spoke with trainer Samir Ben.
Hoy se inicia el torneo departamental de la Liga de San Andrés Isla. Nos tocó en la categoría preinfantil nuestro primer partido con el equipo River Plate, donde tuvimos pasajes muy críticos. Afortunadamente con todo el desempeño y el trabajo que se ha venido haciendo, pues los muchachos lograron sacar un resultado donde logramos remontar un 4-3 a favor. Es muy importante el torneo de la liga porque todos los niños, para su formación, es muy fundamental, ya que ellos van entendiendo, por lo menos cuando ya se hace un cambio, ellos saben que no pueden volver a ingresar como lo hacemos de pronto en los partidos amistosos. Entonces el niño sabe que tiene que hacer un buen desempeño, tomar responsabilidad, y no, de verdad que estamos muy contentos con el inicio del torneo de la Liga Departamental, que es lo que queremos todos.
And on the other side, Andrea Archibald Barker and Keiner de Horta Morillo have been called to the Colombian children's baseball pre-selection. The two players traveled to the city of Cartagena to train with the Colombian pre-selected baseball team, which will be participating in the Under-15 Pre-World Championship in Venezuela from June the 3rd to the 12th of this year. We talked with Danilo Barker, who told us.
I here in San Andres, accompanying my nephew, Andre, where him be calling from the Federation of Baseball from Colombia to practice in the pre-selection for category sub-15. We have a tournament in Venezuela to play the 3rd of June. It started 3rd of June, I believe, till the 12th. So him down here, I down here with him in this process that going in Cartagena tonight. So he going to be in the pre-selection.
The players traveled to Cartagena to join the Colombian national team thanks to the support of their parents, Suhey Barker and Alfonso de Horta, who, with the support of the departmental government headed by Governor Everett Hawkins Green and the Secretary of Sport Alberto Olivares Taylor. Much success to our players, and may they rise in high the flag of San Andres and Providence. And this is all in sports for the moment. I am Victor Fosalba, Teleislas News.